Tucked away in Parshat Tisa, right before Perek Lamed Bet, about Moshe being late coming down from the Har. Tucked away is a small Parsha of Shabbat. And the pasuk says that Hashem says to Moshe, "V'ata taber al bnei Yisrael lemor, ach et shabtotai tishmoru, ki oti beini uveinechem l'dorotechem." For what purpose? Ladat, ki ani Hashem mekadishchem. Tell Bnei Israel that you have to be Shomer Shabbos. It's a brit, an oath between us for generations, in order that you should know that I, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, sanctified you. There's a Gemara Masechet Shabbat and Daf Yud that explains a couple of different halachot. We're going to do the two parts. V'amar Rabba bar Machsia, Amar Rav Chama bar Guria, Amar Rav says, if I give a present, hanotim matana l'chavero, tzarich lo dio, you have to inform him. Shneimar, he quotes our pasuk, ladat ki ani Hashem mekadishchem. And then the Breita says, I will support this with a Breita. Ladat ki ani Hashem mekadishchem. The Gemara says, Amalei HaKadosh Baruch Hu Moshe, Hashem said to Moshe, matana tova yesh li bebeit gnazai. I have a very special present that's in my treasure house, and the name of the present is Shabbat. I want to give it to Am Yisrael. Lech v'hodiyam. Go and tell them. Last part for this morning. Mikan Amar Rav Shimon ben Gamliel. From here, based on this teaching, Rav Shimon ben Gamliel says, Hanotein pat l'tinok, a person who gives a piece of bread to a baby, tzarich lahodio li'imo. You have to what? You have to tell the mother. What is this special gift called Shabbat? What does it mean that it's beganuz, it's hidden? And what is the connection to Rav Shimon Gamliel, who says if you give a piece of bread to a baby, you have to tell the mother? Rav Kook in his Sefer Ein Hayam explains that Shabbat observance, to the naked eye, we know we're all exhausted, we work hard during the week, trying to support our families. We know Shabbat Menucha, Shabbos, Shena b'Shabbat, Sababa, it's amazing, Shabbos, or Shena b'Shabbat Ta'anug. That's one level, obviously, the physical wear and tear of the week. But Rav Kook goes philosophically many steps further. And he explains that when we observe Shabbat, we don't fully see the grasp right now. We don't appreciate it. We get a small mini Yom Shekula Shabbos. Therefore, our observance of Shabbat now is to teach us about a Hakarat Tov of what's going to be in the future. How is it going to be in the future? Both for the whole world, in the cosmic, of what he calls the Yisod Ishtalmut, of trying to not be perfect, but perfect, to bring the world to a better place. More on a micro level within Am Yisrael, and on an individual level, is trying everything that we do to be able to have an oneg with Hashem. Shabbat is that day where you're able to stop, literally that's what it means, and be able to walk with Hashem, litalech im Hashem. Rav Kook explains that that's going to be later on. Therefore, each little Shabbat is a small little bisala of being able to realize that. But it's a matana tova big gnazim, and only God knows that. Only God knows that in the future, all the good that you got on a physical and a spiritual level, that you'll be able to see all the good that God gave and be able to say thanks. But right now, in the hustle and bustle, as a result of Chid Adam HaRishon, the klala that we have within Parnasa, the klala, as Rav Kook says, that we need the work partial to be able to deal with all the sins of, like the Mishnah in Pirkei Avot, of Yafet Talmud Torah and Derech Eretz She'giat Shnehem Mishkachat Avon. Therefore, we need that. But in the future, we'll be able to see the Ribono Shalom with the Yom Shekula Shabbat. This is the Pshat of Rav Shimon ben Gamliel. Hanotin pat l'tinok. A tinok cannot really have an appreciation except for a very small little bit hana'ah, enjoyment of the bread. But if you tell the mother, she will recognize the feeling of yididut, the feeling of wow, that this person gave. And even later on, when the kid gets older, he'll be able to remember what he got when he was younger. Therefore, the actual huda'ah, telling over to the mother, taviyat pula ktana chomrit, will bring this small act, this physical act, to a much larger scale of a matara ruchanit nechbada. So to Shabbat. Shabbat, obviously the simple, keeping the 39 malachot, the zachor, the shamor, keeping the ruach of Shabbat, very important. But the idea is, in the deeper level, to raise ourselves up with the Shomer Shabbat. And that is similar to the concept of the Hakarat Imo Hagdola. The pot, when the Ketana we can understand that a little bit, like the Tinok, the Shmirato Pshuta, beautiful, to enjoy it little bit by little bit. But the mothers, the Knesset Israel, via all of Talmidei Chachamim, who are able, when you have the idea of what the Gemara in Eruvin says on Daf Nun Daled Amud Bet, that each time you're learning Torah, and the Talmidei Chachamim that come and bring new chidushim, just like a young child is suckling from the mother, so too over here, through the Shabbat, little bit by little bit, we're able, for the future, to be able, Yitzarech Odiel Imo, that the Imo will now be able to give over the mother of Torah and Dat Hashem in the future. Meaning, on one level, obviously, Shmirat Shabbat, as we had said, Shabbos. But on another level, to raise up the level of man. To be able to know that each Shabbat comes and builds upon another. That we go and increase our level on an individual level, on an Am Yisrael level, that will be Shomer Shabbat after another Shabbat. To bring the Geula, to be able to really to enjoy that bread of Hamotzi Lechem, not only min haaretz, but min hashamayim. Shabbos.